Yo, really my bro, really my brother, Vach Lombardi. He's here for a good time, not a long time. Vach, we got through the draft, and you have just become a superstar, and rightfully so. You on Cowboys break. You doing your show with I'm gonna get flowers while you can smell them. You on Cowboys. You did the break. You did the draft show, bruh. 8 hours, like and counting in total. How many hours total was it, Vach?
20.
20. So I shorted
21.
you.
And I noticed because I had to put it on my invoice because they got to pay you, boy. You know.
Dude.
So I had to let them know how many hours I worked on the invoice. You know what I'm saying? They held me down well.
Hey, let me talk to him. Hey, so what you? Hey, hold on. I'm matching energy today.
They do. Yeah, we'll leave them on. We'll leave them on.
Hey, I'm matching energy today, baby. Got the Versace's on. We getting a little money. You know what I'm saying?
These just some $15 Privé Revel.
Hey, this man is sick. We're gonna have a good one today. So, Vach, we'll get right into it. Because me and you had one of our classic battles, and one thing I love about my brother Vach is we can have these battles, and then we could come make sense of it all. And I gotta say, Vach, so far you were ahead of the Tyler Booker deal, and I actually want to play a sound for you that came out of minicamp. So what we'll do today, Vach, we're gonna be kind of just what came out of minicamp. Brian Schottenheimer talked. It was some good nuggets about our third round pick, and I'm like, this is cool. And then obviously the rave reviews about Booker continue. So I want to play this sound real quick. So hopefully everybody can hear this and you can too.
Being around my teammates, helping out whenever they need me, and just doing a little thing.
Can you hear that, Vach?
Yeah.
Great kid. I could tell he's he's ready to learn, and he's a great football player. I mean,
they're talking about, and they're talking with Jaden Blue about his leadership. And did they get to that part with Booker?
Don't listen to it. You say they talking to Jaden Blue, and then they do what?
They were asking about how he's been leading, how Booker's been leading.
Yeah, I heard. I heard.
Okay, cool.
He called him a kid, which is weird. Like, how old is Jaden? Like
I know.
They ain't that far. Like, at least Revel 24 going on 25 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good kid. Like, what you doing, Jaden? Come on now.
Nah, facts. But I play that to say, I think me not knowing the player, and obviously I'm not backing off some of the concerns I did have. I watched your film session. Talk to me about everything
How was the film?
It was good. It was good. It was lit. I mean, you did a great job of kind of outlining how he needs to be used. Yeah. I feel like that's what I took from it. Yeah. Nobody's gonna run through him, which is a plus. You'll be very hard pressed. I didn't see him get bull rushed not once on tape. Talk to us about him, Vach. And then while I got you, I want to get this on record early. Talk to me about your best five. I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, well, the best five. The best five don't necessarily matter. It's gonna be the five that it's gonna be. So we ain't got to mess around with that too much. I think it's gonna take a catastrophic incident for them to not roll 60 out there at the LT. But it is what it is. Everything else pretty cut and dry. I don't see a world where 67 is gonna be with the first crew. Okay. I'm not moving 73. 52 going to be where Zach was. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get acclimated to that right side, but he got the traits like strong as hell and willing to learn this, that he'll be fine over there. Don't even worry about it. I think that you can possibly try to get better than 60, but that's not what the Cowboys do. The Cowboys bring in players that's worse than they guys, and they keep them up when they should bring in guys that's better than those guys and push them down. Chuma Doga took 60's job. Took it.
He did. You know, that pains me, but gotta call it straight.
And there are Fush, you know how it go, bro. Like Mozzie started last year. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's gonna take a lot for you to get taken off the field if you premium draft capital or money guy. Donovan give up big coverage all the time, but he money guy. So he ain't going nowhere. 60 is draft pick guy. Mozzie is draft pick guy. They found a way to keep Mozzie going. Chuma Udoka just took 60's job.
Yeah.
I think that lets you know how catastrophic it got up in there. So instead of bringing back Chuma Udoka, they bring in Hakeem Adeniji. All right. Let's say there's a world where Hakeem Adeniji beats out 60. They won't let it happen, but
They won't let it happen. Politics.
Too much money in there. Too much politicking. You know what I mean?
Politics is usual.
Politicking in there, but even if Adeniji is better, even if Austin Richards is better, I think 60 is going to be your guy. So that's your best 5. On to Booker though.
And I want to stop you real quick because I got to give flowers, bro. What did you know? Like, what did you know, Vach? And not only what did you know, but like, I haven't told you this on camera. I've never seen a front office come out and just say, he's our guy. What did you know?
I knew O-line was a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not positive that Booker was the first guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Membu, Campbell, Banks, they flew off the board. I know for sure because there's some people say, well, you could have traded back and took Booker in the 20s. That's a lie. Booker wasn't getting past 12 and 13. That's just facts.
Miami.
He wasn't getting past 12 and 13. This we know.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna ask you how I know or who I talked to let me know that information. Houston was trading up to come get him.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys liked the player more than the compensation that Houston was offering to move from 12 to 20, whatever, 25 or something.
Okay.
I know you wanted wide receiver, but the league kind of told you what they felt about those wide receivers. It ain't like the Cowboys passed on Golden. He went 13 immediately. Or, he went 15, 12. Like, he went to the 20s.
Yeah.
Burden went to the 30s, and Abuka was right there in the 20s with Golden. I think McMillan was the guy they wanted the whole time.
And you've been on record saying you wanted McMillan as well.
I wasn't anti-wide receiver guy.
No.
See, for this whole time, I wasn't anti-wide receiver guy. I didn't really want to address offensive line in that way, like it was some emergency. Like, all right, y'all, with one of these first, second, or third round picks, we got to get offensive line. I'm not that guy.
Right.
I just had a couple names that I was a fan of that made sense, Foots. I was always McMillan, Abuka, Golden, but I wasn't a fool. This is a first round pick we talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, man, we don't need tackle in that way. And it wouldn't even make a bunch of sense. But I thought Josh Simmons was so good that he was worth having 3 tackles on your team and one of them got to go.
You were consistent.
I thought Tyler Booker was so good that he comes on your team immediately. He's your starting right guard. You get better. And that he's so good, you have to consider him amongst this group of guys. The Cowboys had a group of guys. Allegedly, Foots. I mean, I work over there. But allegedly, Foots, it was Booker or it was Nolan. It was Booker or it was Nolan. McMillan was gone. And what you had to think about, Brian Broader said this, was the amount of dudes in between wide receiver 1, which was McMillan, and wide receiver 2 that we don't know. It could have been Abuka, could have been Golden. I think it was Abuka, just based on some of the things that I've heard from some of the people I've been talking to. Correct. How many people are in between McMillan and Abuka? Donovan was one of them.
I was going to ask you. I was about to make that point.
If Booker and Nolan was gone and they traded back and they got to like 17 or something and it was Donovan or Golden or Donovan versus Booker, they'd have took Donovan. They were shocked that Donovan made it to 44. So it was a no-brainer. While we talking about running back, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about everybody because I was running back guy too. The running back that you had didn't have the grade of Donovan Ezeraku that we would have took at 17 if we had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Booker was just higher than Donovan.
Yeah.
So, man, we at this point where the Cowboys really just took their board. I know they didn't get wide receiver, and they probably didn't get running back like they wanted to. At least they looking for wide receiver post-draft. That should make everybody feel better. But just going based on board, Booker was a slam dunk for them. Donovan was a slam dunk for them. First, we was talking about Revel at 44 and high-fiving about it. Me and Brian was talking about high-fiving Revel at 44. Revel getting to 76 is stupid. You don't even pass on that. So I just wanted to clear up some of the things that I've seen Cowboy Nation asking about. I think the league told you what they felt about Booker. And I think the league also told you what they felt about Golden and Booker and Burden.
Yeah. And I gotta say, that's what this conversation was. And also, man, applause for Vach again, because he stood on it, he believed in it. And it's not saying that, I don't think that we know the need at receiver, and we're gonna get to that on this talk, right? Because I definitely was able to hear from Trayshawn Holden. I don't know if you watched this interview, but some of the things coming out of camp, he got this look on his face like he not just trying to come in and just like go with the flow and be in the room. Sure. And his coach, Junior Adams, is in there, and like he said in the interview, like, hey man, it was a no-brainer for me to go with you. So I love his vibe, but the fact that we didn't get receiver, but the rest of the draft fell how it was supposed to fall, Vach, sure. I think that you live, and I think that this team is built better than a lot of people would think based off of coming out of these first 3 picks. Speaking of the first 3 picks, Brian Schottenheimer has some great things to say about Donovan Ezaraku. Vach, I haven't gotten your take on Donovan Ezaraku and how you feel about that pick, but the fact that he said when you watch Donovan Ezaraku, he's holding on to every single word that Aaron Whitecotton is saying. Vach, yeah, like how do you feel about this? Is what I've said, Vach, and we made it past Booker. We had those fireworks, and that's why you my boy, because we can disagree, agree, but we'll always come back to a center place, right, Vach? Yeah. Like I was telling you pre-show, it's always
he's here now. He's here, like he's a Cowboy now, and
it's going to be fine, to be fine. And I'm on board with that. It ain't. I'm not. I told you so with this team, because this team got to be good, bro. Like all this thinking that we on a rebuild, and nah, man, this team needs to be good now. Yeah. Vacho, I want to ask you about Donovan Ezaraku, because that's the one that I said yes, right? Because he was my third true pass rusher behind Pierce and behind the Penn State kid. So, Abdul Carter, let me ask you this, Vach.
Yes, sir.
I said, man, you know what? The reason why he was drafted, because he is, what he is, and you don't know what Sam Williams is. Am I off there, Vach?
Sometimes this thing is all about having a coach to vouch for you. Aiden Durde and Dan Quinn was a long time ago. Sam Williams is 2 coaches removed from a sponsor, because he tore his ACL last. He never played under Zimmer. He don't know what that feel like. So it ain't even like a leftover Zimmer coach can come in and vouch for Sam. So if Whitecotton say that ain't my son, you just got to live with that ain't my son. Whitecotton said, when we talked to him on the, we had a conversation with him on the draft. I got a chance to talk to him. I asked him questions. When Coach Whitecotton talked about Sam, he said that he liked the player coming out of Ole Miss. But you know what? If you coach Whitecotton, you're gonna say you love everybody. And you know what he did for it? He said, "Shman, I love Peyton Turner too, boy. Shman, I was a big fan of Mozzie coming out. Boy, I was a fan of all these. I was a fan of everybody. I was a fan." So Coach Whitecotton doing what he's supposed to do, but we're gonna learn a lot when we decide who rolls who out. You could be a fan of Sam coming out of Ole Miss, but your draft receipt says that you're a fan of Donovan Ezaraku right now. Donovan's one of your churn. Micah's not one of your churn, but he's an all-pro. What you gonna do? Dante Fowler may not be one of your babies, but he's a double-digit sack player in this league. What you gonna say? Peyton Turner came in under this administration, so I would imagine that Marshawn Nealon is too young for you to just move away from. In that
can't move away from that.
Man, Sam on his contract year, and he ain't done much. Now, if Sam tore his ACL in 24, but he had 15 sacks in 25, you could possibly think about being stepdaddy to Sam Williams. You could possibly think about that. Man, this kid Sam got double-digit sack potential, man. Let's hold on to him and just see what this knee injury. But, man, Sam, knucklehead, penalty getter, 95 miles an hour. Hadn't really produced in the league. He had a good game versus Detroit where he got a couple sacks and body slammed somebody, but that don't work versus all-pro double-digit guy, one of my babies that I just drafted, and one of the cats that I just brought in to sign, and the young dude that shows upside. It's not enough. So if Sam wants to be a part of this thing, he better start whooping Guyton that camp real fast. He better start putting hands on Guyton and Terrence fast.
Hey, Mr. Lombardi, when you started going into that bout about Knucklehead, I just left church. I want to say, well, Knucklehead, give you the A flat chord. 95. I forgot about that incident.
He's a knucklehead. He's a disturber. He's a nuisance. His head is
and I just left church.
He ain't earned nothing, Foots. He ain't earned nothing around here, Foots. He ain't done a thing up in here, Foots. He's done nothing, Foots.
That's when you throw something at the pulpit. Come on, man. Then we go to praise and worship and say, now every altar call, let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. God is spoken. God is spoken, Bots.
Man, the Garrick with all that tweeting, talking about it's my time, bro. That's not going to save you in this administration.
Not in this one.
That ain't going to save you in this
Sam.
Step baby.
Nah,
but it's going to save you.
I think in all seriousness too, man, this dude was a captain at both his coaching staffs. Jeff Hafley, who's now with the Packers, and he left Boston College, Vach, and said, man, he told that staff, you guys better not lose Donovan Ezra because he had offers to leave. And Donovan spoke about that he wanted to stay with Boston College, finish the drill. Vach, I got to tell you, man, every time I hear this kid speak, he's buttoned up, looking guys in the eyes. You can't draw him off sides, Vach.
Schottenheimer wanted to make a point. He said it 3-4 times about how mature that these guys were. They mature. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a whole bunch of babies. You know, like Tyler Guyton looked like a big-ass baby when he was walking around. You know, Mozzie looked like an unenthused, you know what I'm saying? Like some of them, and look, it is hindsight. Let me be fair. It is hindsight. But looking back on it, Mozzie did always have this, you know, in his head to the side. You know that look. Or Guyton got that goof ass, big eye, long mouth face that he got. I ain't disrespecting nobody. I'm just telling you what I see.
No.
Booker, Ezra, even Revel.
Oh, that's what we about to talk about.
They're very business as usual. Thank you very much. I'm grateful for being here. Thank you very much. I am prepared for this moment. Thank you very, very much. I was making this joke, Foots, on one of the lives that I was doing. You were still mad, so you probably didn't want to hear me talk about it. But
I'm over now, Vach.
Okay. But you know, when
your film, I'm over now.
It's perfect. You know, when I listen to, and this ain't hindsight. This happened in real time. Y'all go find the videos. When listening to Guyton talk, I didn't feel convinced that he believed what he was trying to say. You a coach, Foots. Let me talk to you how I talk to you. You a coach. I used to coach before.
Yeah, you did.
You know how when the pads come on the first day?
It's different.
Some kids got that knucklehead look on their face where they ready for the pads and you believe them, right? But some of these kids, you look, because look, we coaches, we ask, hey man, the pads come on today, you ready? And they go, yeah, coach, I'm ready to hit somebody, but you don't believe them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just something in their spirit. And I don't know and I don't want to sound like this guy. I don't know if the casual fan can catch that. I coach ball, you coach ball. There's a certain look in the kid face when they're ready for the Oklahoma shotgun alley drill, Foots, or tackling drill, whatever it is. And there's a certain look to where you're not ready, but you're trying to tell me what I want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You can identify them kids. And I was always on this. I'm like, man, Mozzie don't sound like he, man, I don't even like football. I just want to hurt people. That's cool on paper. But when I look at your face and I heard you say it, it didn't add up. When I listen to Guyton say it, hey man, I just that's my play style. I want to go out there and hurt people. Your face on paper, it looked cool, Foots. Written down with a very expensive fountain pen with some expensive ink, Foots the King. It looks good. When David Moore and them writing it on paper, Dallas Morning News and Fort Worth Star Telegram, Clarence, it looks good on paper. But man, when you hear Tyler Guyton say that, I don't believe you when you said you want that you love to hurt people. Oh, this is a legal way to hurt people, man. Like, I didn't believe you. Tyler Booker says, Foots, and I know. Please go back and listen to you because you over it now.
Yeah,
man, I'm real big into visualization. I think about my job that I had to do. I think about the opening plays. I think about my opponent. I'm walking around the stadium thinking about what the sounds of the stadium are going to be like. I've done that before, Foots. I'm thinking about what the smell of the grass is going to be like, what the sound of the that really got me because I played center and my quarterback voice ain't big. We had them loud ass bands on both sides, so I would have to think about the sounds of the state. He would say I would think about my about the players that I'm going against and their jersey numbers and how I'm visualized versus that. You know what I'm saying? And when I hear Tyler Booker say, I punish people. I'm nice now. I'm not nice on the field. I punish people. And I'm going to go after you play after play after play after play. Not only do I believe him because he said it with such a serial killer tone in his voice, Foots. Not only do I believe him, but that's what his film says, Foots.
Yeah. No, you got it. You got it,
that's what his film says, Foots. So at least anything we got a guy that's believable. When Donovan Ezeraku says, I take pride in my ability to be versatile and pass rush, you see a thoughtful pass rusher on his film.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks very matter-of-factly, Foots the King. He speaks very matter-of-factly, Foots the King. And when you watch him as a pass rush, you believe what he says. Man, he really is doing what he said. I believe Revel. And Revel only talked about beating adversity.
That's the one I want to get to.
Beating adversity, getting back to this point, being mature, working hard every day. Foots, everything I've ever heard about this kid. All the insiders, all the cats that work close to me that with draft show and all that, all the stuff that we talk, they confirmed that, Foots the King. I don't know if this was done on purpose, but the Cowboys have a very mature draft. This was a very business-like draft. These players are about their business, Foots. It don't seem like we got a bunch of kids up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Sam still be acting like a kid sometimes, going out and tweeting this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let that stuff go, man. Yeah.
Micah's a dog, but he could be a kid sometimes.
No, for sure.
I don't see these kids acting that way, Foots.
When Brian Schottenheimer
acting that way. I don't see these guys acting that way. Go ahead.
When he said, man, and these are the nuggets coming out, the culture, right? This is all that was at camp this weekend. The culture. Every player Botch also spoke about how the staff is very connected with them. Yeah. And again, like you said with Ezeraku, little things, man, he's looking Aaron White cotton in the eyes. He's holding on to his words. He's not talking. I know it all. It's none of that. Yeah. I want to ask you now, Vach. This was the biggest thing that came out of camp for me. The Cowboys will do this thing where the second, third round they'll draft air quote injured guy, and they'll kind of spin us. I got to tell you, listening to Shavon, listening to every interview, and then seeing him. First of all, looking at him, bro. That's Richard Sherman, bro. Like with speed. Like I see it now. I mean, and I've always liked him. But when you watch his film and what you're saying is, like you said, with Booker, you see on film that he wants to punish people. But I've never seen Trevon Diggs want to tackle anyone. He'll break on the ball. He can cover. Does he want to tackle? Yeah. Shavon Revel wants to not. He could be a 5-star safety. Yeah. Come down, fill alleys, close gaps. The thing that was telling to me, Vach, man, this guy gonna be ready for camp.
Yeah. This is what I learned about ACL injuries too, Foots. I'm no doctor, but the recovery of the ACL, and this is what they don't tell you because they don't want to ruffle feathers. The variables that come with ACL recovery, it mostly depends on the work that you put in to recover from it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought all ACLs just kind of healed at the same rate, but it matters about how you put work in. It makes sense when you listen to some of these cats that maybe they didn't work as hard, that they didn't come back properly.
Yeah.
And you juxtapose that with, look at Overshown, right? Overshown tore ACL. He played cut and run as linebacker. He was just fine when he came back, Foots.
He was.
He was just fine. But all we hear about Overshown is that he's hard work and he's attacking the shit out of ACL recovery. That's all we hear.
I know where you're going. And go there. I'm not gonna stop you because this has been my tune all off season. I know where you're going.
If you attack ACL injury properly, you'll come back just fine.
I know where you're going.
That's probably why Michael Gallup didn't recover all that well, and then later it came out he probably wasn't just feeling football in general like that. Shavon ain't come back all that healthy for a reason. He wasn't the guy that he was. And it makes sense that you hear those tea leaves and you say, well, Trey didn't work as hard. And Jerry Jones just the other day, I heard this last year. Like Brian said it on the show last year because we talked to somebody within the organization. But Jerry Jones just came out the other day. Hey, man, maybe he didn't work as hard last time. Hopefully he worked hard, hopefully work a little harder this time. Shavon Revel don't strike me as a character that don't put 110% in this thing, Foster King.
He ain't had a path. It's different, Voch. I tell people this all the time. Me and
he
you,
no diva, Foots. He no diva. Right, go ahead.
Let's talk about me and you, Voch. Wasn't nothing given to us even when we started YouTube. Mm-hmm. We had to work, claw, fight, put the time in to build real fans. Yep. It wasn't no clickbait. It wasn't none of that. It was Voch spending hours doing film, or not just before you was in the Cowboys space. You was doing college film. Yep. It was different. Hey, Shavon Revel had a different path. He wasn't at ECU at first, then he transferred. Then he was working at Amazon. Then he was doing, you know what I mean? Like, then he was, then now this injury. But this is something that is a cog in his, this is a chink in his armor. Like, oh, he's adding belts to what he do. This is part of who he is. Like him and his dad, like, bro, we want this work. This is the work that we invite. You can hear him talk. I want to tackle. What? Corners don't tackle. I tackle. This is him saying this, Voch. And these are the type of players that are going to take somebody's job. Because you know what that pick told me? We're not just drafting you. The Cowboys believe in their first 3 picks. If you good enough, it's no politics, Voch. Yep. Your first 3 picks, if you good enough, you'll play. That's always been the Cowboys mindset. If you're good enough. You know what that's telling me? Hey, Diggs, sit your tail over there and be on the courts and clown around and doing what you want. Sit over there if you want to. Because if this kid get on the field, you may not get him off.
Yep. I've been calling the Diggs insurance.
You may not get him off.
I've been calling the Diggs insurance for the game. One thing that I think is not going to happen with this class, I don't think it's going to be this long acclimation period of earn the star type BS. I don't like that little nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like some cats got to. Jay Toia got to earn his star.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy King Basote got to earn his star. Sure, Johnny Cornelius. Last year it was I forgot who it was. What's the Solari?
Solari. So bad you can't even remember.
Solari was like, yeah, man, I want Cooper Beebe and Tyler Guyton over there working with the threes because they'll get more reps that way. We all knew that Beebe was going to be the starting center and Guyton was going to make an attempt to be the starting left tackle. Was the King. So I'm like, man, why not just throw those guys in the fire right now? I think that was a Solari decision. If I think I know who Schottenheimer is and Whitecotton, and the amount of faith that they have in these dudes, I think we're going to get the camp Foster King. And I think you're going to see Booker right there going against Osa and Mize, and he needs that. I think you're going to see Donovan going right there with Guyton and Terrence, and he's going to need that. I think, and we talking about Revel right now. Kalen Carson better tie his cleats up real tight. I know Izzy just got a little bit of money, but he better tie his cleats up real tight because they damn near the same size. He better tie them shits up quick. And Trey might be out of a job. I heard somebody say, Fliz, when we was talking off the record, I heard somebody say that they believe hypothetically that if Trey didn't get hurt, he would be traded by now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had one of your colleagues on who basically told me that that you work with draft was like he just has completely.
He was right there when I heard it. So sure, he was sitting next to me when we heard that at the same time. Shouts out to Zach.
And I'm gonna tell you this, rightfully so. Like, bruh, I want players here who want to wear the star and don't just want the perks. And you got your money, and now it's like you don't like. That's one thing I say about CD. When I read the article, like you call CD as well. Yeah. CD, man, over 100K on his body. That's the difference.
Sure.
Like, come on, bro. Let's lead his legacy. Everybody sees the Michael Irvin rants, but I feel him because some of these guys, it's like, and that's one thing I will give Booker. You know, the rave reviews from the teammates, and you just heard Jaden Blue saying he's leading us the right way. I think you got a guy who knows what it means to, if nothing else, regardless if he's good or bad, he knows the importance of wearing a star. Like, find me those guys. Find me those guys, Vach. Vach, I want to ask you, and I want to get you on record here, and then I'll let you go, man. Good time, not a long time, and I appreciate you. Vach, will this be an unpolitical running back battle? You saw Jaden Blue talk. He said that he takes pride in his pass pro.
Sure.
He takes pride in he's being more than just a speed guy. And I actually see that on film.
It's on film. I believe him.
I believe him as well. And you did a great film session. I think all the film that everybody's been putting out has been great work. Some people but that's for another day. Y'all don't take that too personal. I know y'all hang on to our every word, right. But it's levels. It's levels. And I love everybody's film.
If the shoe fit, then get your film right. Go ahead.
We must have quit. The glove do
get your film right. If it, you know what I'm saying.
But so what I see I will say this though. What I see with Jaden Blue is he said the pass pro outside of the fumbles. Let me ask you this, Vach. Are we going to get an unbiased running back battle?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because it depends on how good Williams is.
Mm-hmm.
If Javonte Williams is truly good, I think it's his job to lose. I think Jadon's going to play a bunch. I think it'll be true committee. I don't think anybody's going to get more than 12 carries, honestly. If it's like 11 for 10, 12 for 10, just something like that, yeah, cool. Even if Jadon don't even get as much carries, but those are like catches or something like that, opportunities. I think it'll be fine for Jadon to be like the spell type back year one anyway. Even Gibbs was a spell type back when he first got to Detroit.
That's my baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Gibbs, my dog.
Like David Montgomery was in the league. Like he was a league veteran at the time, man. That's kind of what Javonte is. Javonte a little more hurt, a little less explosive. But when Javonte was healthy, he was cool coming out of the draft. We just got to see where he's at. That's just what I don't know.
Yeah.
If we start seeing Miles Sanders get out there before Jadon, then we know some politics are afoot. But I don't think Miles Sanders gonna make this team for this game. That's just how I feel. And
I wouldn't be mad at that because I don't think he should. I think that Jaden Blue is better, more explosive, and does more for you in the passing game. 6 touchdowns last year receiving.
Honestly, Fuzz, I would like them to add another running back.
I'm not mad.
Go out there in the market and just find it ain't hard to find a running back better than what we got. You know what I'm saying? Just once you have like starting type characters, just fill the room out a little bit. Start to fill the bottom of the roster out. If you can find somebody that's because Hunter Lipkin ain't played fullback for Mike McCarthy, so why would he play fullback for damn shot? Now he's a running back, or a tight end. He's a tight end running back. So look at what the bottom of your tight end room look like. The bottom of what your running back room looks like. I know Mozzie and Toei are here, but can you add a veteran that can push one? They can push either one of those guys. I think that'll be valuable. Justin Rogers probably be a practice squad guy. He'll run away again because that's what happened last time. But whatever. The bottom of your receiving room, just kind of knick-knack the bottom of these rooms. But this is where the Cowboys get busy, and they don't get enough credit for this. They don't get busy pre-draft free agency, but finding these 30-year-old men for $38 on these 1 year $38 contracts, the Cowboys are really good at that. I would bring Shaq Lawson back. Shaq played fine for you last year.
Bring him.
I would bring Shaq Lawson back, and now you don't have to lean on him. Mm-hmm. You had to lean on Shaq Lawson, and he played well, man. And there's a White Cotton, with the Jets, link there. So connection. Bring him back, and let him be your 5th best pass rusher. But now Sam got to fight for his, and that makes Sam better. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Peyton Turner and them got to fight for theirs. Donovan was born here.
Yeah,
we are his original
born with this staff. Yeah,
we are his original mother and father. He ain't got to go nowhere. He's fine. But the rest of these kids, man, give them something to fight for, and I think that'll make your roster a little better overall.
Yeah, and I got to thinking about it, and I think you said it when you have BB in the middle. Yeah. Major upgrade from Tyler Biadasz, bigger, stronger. You have Cooper. You have Booker on the right side. and you have Tyler Smith on the left side, like B to B, A to A, it's gonna get slow if you don't got guys at D tackle.
I know you wanted wide receiver. I did too. This ain't bad though.
Those three, like you talk about running the ball between the tackles, we should be able to get people off the ball, and that should suffice for your passing game and your receivers. You should, in theory, be able to move people off the ball, inside zone duo. I would pull, honestly, with BB more. Yeah. I would get him out on the move, Vach, a lot like what the Eagles used to do with Kelsey because he's so athletic. I would move BB a lot, and I would just let those guys just come off the ball and run people off the ball. Because Booker's so good with running you in his feet, like his lower half, he does a great job with that part of it. It is the same thing that I feel like on the back end on the defensive side of the ball. I think this pass rush, Vach, and I'm done talking here. I think this pass rush is going to be so good that Kyer Elam can play decently if Diggs isn't back. If Shavon Revel has struggles early on, because you got Ezraku coming off the edge. I was just watching the playoff game, and doggone Dante Fowler was taking over the game. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, I keep forgetting he's a Cowboy. Yep. And then you got Micah Parsons. If you could stop the run at all, this pass rush is going to float, Watch. It's going to float.
It is shaping nicely, Foots. It is shaping pretty nicely what we have here. And I said this on Landlord Show. Well, it was Star Show. It was one of them. Shouts out to both of them. But
shout out to both of them.
I said, I don't think the Cowboys are as far away as a lot of fans are reacting right now. Mm-hmm. I think if you get a wide receiver too that you feel real good about, I think you get another body in this. Like if you get Amari Cooper and Nick Chubb tomorrow, you feel pretty good about your offense in general. Mm-hmm. And you could just patchwork some of your pass rush stuff. Like bring in what I just said, Carl Lawson. Carl Lawson. Bring in Carl Lawson. Go and find me a veteran one tech that's probably better than Toia right now. And just kind of let that fill your roster out. I think you straight, Foots.
Yeah.
I think as long as you got 4, you win the fight.
Yeah.
So continue to help 4. Give him another running back and a wide receiver and let defense do defense thing. Because I believe in coaching. I think Eberflus is going to be just fine with this defense.
I think he's going to be. People are underrating Eberflus.
He's always had a top 10 defense, and as long as we not running upfield and turning around, I think this offense is going to be much better.
Voss Lombardi, ladies and gentlemen, man. Like I said, we give flowers when they're when we can smell them over here and botches. He does such a great job on the draft show. He's helping out with the Cowboys break. Shout out to Derek Eagles and shout out to all the homies over there, Zach, Brian Broadus, all those guys, but mainly Vosh because let's be honest, if it ain't Vosh, it's no watch. He's that guy, and we appreciate that homie. And he still makes time for myself and Brotherhood for life, literally. Also, make sure you guys are checking out his film sessions because when Vosh drops a film session, I go over there and I watch. Even if it's something I don't agree on or whatever, I still want to make myself smarter. And I think that he does a great job. That's how we, like I said, that's how we got in the game. And people got to understand this part. It's one thing to sit behind a character or a little circle and type. It's another thing to put yourself out there in front of this camera and stand on it. And that's one thing we do, whether right or wrong, we stand on it. I'm going to stand on it. You know what I mean? And we've been doing that for years, and it's just the growth has been amazing, Vashel. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, man. Appreciate you, sir. We just working. We ain't doing nothing else. Just in case anybody was not clear about how I get down, YouTube is the house. I'm always coming back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? I may go off into the lands to do some work and make a little bit of bread, but I'm gonna come back. Also, too, Fuzz, let me tell you something, man. I read all the comments, but they normally don't move me, whether good or bad. One little comment got me, Fuzz the King, but not in the way that they probably think, but in a way that they just don't understand. It was this one comment from this character. I don't even remember his name, Fuzz, you know, that's just how it go. But he was like, yeah, I don't like how Vach is starting to feel himself. And there's always people that don't like how you feel yourself. But I was like, I'm not liking how Vach is starting to feel himself. I think he's getting the big head. Look at how he talks to Foots just because he's on the break now and da-da-da and da-da-da. And Foots, what these people don't understand is I talk to you because that's how siblings talk to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I didn't like you, I wouldn't talk to you at all, Foots.
That's what they don't know.
You should be surprised about the amount of people I don't talk to at all.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's never us.
Now, look, some people I don't talk to because I haven't met them, I haven't discovered them, we haven't shaken hands or anything on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't met our guy Henny before, right?
Yeah.
But if landlord be like, oh, shouts out to Henny. If I'm straight with Henny, I'll be like, what up, Henny dog? I'll just say, what up? But if they go, oh yeah, we got what's his name in the building, I'll go, man, Booker crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, for real.
The more I talk to you, why would somebody assume that I'm being disrespectful in a way to Brother Brad? It's not that somebody think that I got the big head, right? Oh, Vash got the big head. Now I don't like that because Foots, I'm a little, you know me, man.
You've been this way.
But
you've been the same.
But me and Foots' last 3 conversations ain't even had nothing to do with football for real. We were just talking. We were just chopping it up for real.
They don't even know that.
We're talking about business. We're talking about growth. I think I mentioned merch to you once.
Yeah.
And then you just dropped a little gem on me today that we went back and forth on prior to the show.
To record. That's a good one right here, Vosh.
You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes people just have no clue what the hell
they don't. I'm gonna be real with you. They must wasn't here at the round table. Y'all think these are, man, shoot.
Okoye go after you.
I was about to say, dog, let me tell you something. Do y'all think this is PG-13? Me and Voch's little arguments, and I mean, bro, let me tell you our history. Voch will call me after every game, and probably still will. He just want 5 minutes of my time. I do that, and it's only just a 5-minute call. That's the type of brotherhood we on. I actually had to put Voch in my favorites because remember Voch, I said, Voch was like, dog, keep me. I stop. I don't want to keep going to voicemail. So Voch is actually in my favorite. So y'all see that stuff. Even when I get mad at Voch, why you hang up on me? Because he had his show, he had to keep going. He was tired. Bro, that's still my dog. Like y'all got to understand, me and Voch, we went to the, and that's why I say, like, bro, just because you don't see us work with Mark Holmes, bro, Mark Holmes is a giant. Don't ever get that. Don't ever. Let me tell y'all something right now. And I'm looking y'all in the eyes. I don't mingle with everybody. But people like Mark Holmes, Shango, Law, those guys are giants. I'm never going to be too big or some big-headed content creator to not forget, like, bro, I was freaking 19 watching these guys, or, you know what I mean? Like Shango, bro, y'all don't get it twisted. Shango's a GOAT in our space. Mark Holmes, he may be making a pond while he doing content or barbecuing or cutting grass or building a house. Mark Holmes is the only person I know that actually built. This dude is different
on camera. Mark, look, first Mark would be like, look. Mark would be like, look, video starts. Look, video starts.
Yeah, it is a GOAT.
So the Cowboys. That's what Mark can do. Hey, you see the shit growing behind him. You see it growing. Please, man.
But y'all gotta know the history. We've been getting down with these folks for years. So anyway, Voch, like I said, and honestly, you should be getting, I ain't gonna say you should be getting big-headed, but you put the work in. You was with the volume, you didn't put the time in. And they know, like and those people know. So anyway, guys, we just want to hit this, and this turned out to be a banger. I can't wait to watch this back. Just what was going on in mini camp, hearing Brian Schottenheimer talk, hearing the culture change. I think Voch hit it on the head. If you not mature, if you not locked in, you're not gonna play.
Nope.
And it's gonna be guys that y'all see, because the Cowboys have notoriously giving young guys a chance.
Yep.
Let Diggs not take his rehab serious. Let Tyler Guyton, who I love, who I want to do well, but if Guyton come in here with his piss poor attitude and everybody I bet you it'll be another tackle out there because they don't have time to waste, and you can't get somebody hurt and you clowning around. So anyway, Voch, man, what a good show. I appreciate you, man. This is definitely one for the books. I'll let you go. I'll be tuning in all week to what you're doing. As always, guys, thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. It's your boy Foots the King. Make sure you guys shoot Voch a follow. Make sure you guys shoot him a like. I know he's going up, but we can still always show love over here. Until next time, I love you guys.
Peace.
Peace. Can y'all see the peace sign? Peace. There you go. Peace. Love y'all.